the number of sources for phosphorus globally is becoming fewer and fewer. One of the things in the animal feed business is the purity of the phosphorus, and many of the conventional sources of mined phosphorus contain heavy metals, which are very dangerous for feeding animals. So looking at where we can find pure and renewable phosphorus was really a new and fantastic opportunity.
Why is this important to Friesen Group?
Being a family-run, multi-generational business, we believe we're always looking to the future in terms of how can we keep our business sustainable. And obviously, when we're talking about looking at feed ingredients, particularly animal agriculture has recently become under attack a little bit as not being a sustainable source of nutrients for people and for other animals. And so this is really revolutionary to look at how can we find and source totally sustainable ingredients.
What role do you think this technology could play in Canada?
First of all, having a pure source of phosphorus as a feed ingredient is the number one thing, but equally important is to look at the source of the phosphorus coming from biosolids, which right now in Canada are spread on the land or into landfills. And again, to look at biosolids as a future source of nutrients, again, is a revolutionary concept.
What challenges do you currently face in securing phosphorus for your feed production?
Phosphorus has, as I mentioned earlier, is only available, mined phosphorus is only available in a few places globally around the world. So it's always subject to geopolitical instability, which we're seeing currently around the world, and then also having the necessary purity of the phosphorus is critical.
I think you just answered my next question, but how does the ongoing trade war with the U.S. affect the phosphorus issue?
Currently, our source of phosphorus comes from the United States, and unfortunately, appears that it would be caught up in the series of tariffs and countervail tariffs, and has the potential to increase the cost 25%. That being said, also the geopolitical risk is that many of these, especially since Canada has added phosphorus to its list of critical minerals in June of 2024, there's also the recognition that there's a possibility that the export of phosphorus from places like the United States could be restricted. And then it really puts us in a delicate situation.
How does recycled phosphorus align with your company's sustainability goals?
I'm quite proud that we've been actively looking for sustainable sources of ingredients, and we're very proud of the fact that many of the feedstuffs we currently use in our animal feed manufacturing come from either byproducts of oil seeds or grain processing, for example, or food wastes that are utilized. And so the concept of utilizing recovered phosphorus or recycled phosphorus totally fits in with our overall company goal.
Last question. What message would you send to the European Union, which has a ban on recycled phosphorus in feed production?
I think the message would be, let's use good science, and the products have to be high quality, they have to be safe, but we have to look at the sources of our nutrients in a new way, and to ban recycled or recovered products and only use products that are unsustainable doesn't seem to be a very logical or a long-term solution. So legislation to allow the use of recycled and circular nutrients is where the future lies.
Thank you.